Hello, hello. It is Audrey Lane with Just Be Audrey Lane. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you can get notified when a video is posted for you guys. Excuse me, I'm coming back in from work and in the gym, but I wanted to get on and make sure that I just said this. I was struggling a little bit with um the video tonight. I have been struggling. Um and I'm gonna read this to you. It's Exodus um 4 verse 10 through 13. And it says, "But Moses pleaded with the Lord, 'O Lord, I am not very good with words. I never have been, and I'm not now. Even though you have spoken to me, I get tongue tied and my words get tangled.' Then the Lord said to Moses, 'Who makes a person's mouth? Who decides whether people speak or do not speak, hear or do not hear, see or don't or do not see? Is it not I, the Lord? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will be with you as you speak, and I will instruct you on what to say.'" And then it goes for 13. "But Moses again pleaded, 'Lord, please send anyone else.'" I really had to push through on this one because we can't sell ourselves short. We have so much more on us, and that's going to be what I probably more than likely will put for the title. Don't sell yourself short. Please know that there is so much more in us, that we have a purpose, that God has a calling on our life, that God is going to do exceedingly and abundantly in our lives. We got to go and we got to stay faithful and true in His word. We got to stay humble. We got to stay of purpose. We got to stay productive and consistent. We have to make sure that we are coming full, wholeheartedly, going hard for God. And trust me, it may be sometimes that may be difficult, but you got to practice your gratitude in them, and you got to keep on being consistent and going forth and doing. It gets hard. Trust me, today was a little bit tangled, but I'm not going to let that get to me. I got to keep on going, and I got to keep on being persistent. I got to not sell myself short on, this is where I had to work out today, and it was a kind of tough, and I got to get my clothes out because I got to be at a meeting, blah blah blah, and all of that stuff. So what? Did they go and start earlier for me than tomorrow? It's just one day. And how about this? God willing, I'm gonna wake up and go through my day, and He's gonna see that everything is gonna be fine. That I won't be tired. That I won't be agitated. That I won't be like, oh my goodness, I didn't what? Didn't what? It'll be that I didn't what. We got to go out there and make sure that we are truly, truly going forth. Will everything be where's the Lexi go Daisy? No. Would you want it that way? We shouldn't want it that way. We should want it where we always got to be in work mode. We got to be ants. We got to keep on going through. We got to keep on. It's the storehouse. It's the storehouse. It's the storehouse. What are we storing up? Stop stirring up, or not stirring up, but storing up like, oh, the kids, oh, let me do this. How about we want to store productiveness of great things? So, one, you already know, I tell you, make sure you get up and you saturate yourself into God's word. Sit quietly if you can't do anything else. Ask God to talk with you, and He does it in His ways. Some of us get it in a whole lot of different ways. How about this? I get our conversations with Him different every day and throughout the day. It's my personal relationship with Him, so I can't tell you how yours will be because I don't know. It's not my job to tell you what it would be, but I will tell you this: you better make sure you read in His Word. It says it in His Word. When I tell you, it can be difficult because I was just telling you guys, like, I was having issues with reading in school. And you heard me say was, because now I'm looking at it where I am putting the work into what it is God needs me to do. So you need me to read books and be uncomfortable and have to get the app to help me pronunciate words, then I'm going to do that. You need me to get a tutor or an instructor, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to sell myself short on this. So what? How about this? It doesn't even bother me if someone say you should know this and you don't. It doesn't bother me. You know why? Because my life is my life. Your life is your life. Don't 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 let nobody try to help you with saying, oh, you know, and not help you, but try to sit there and want to tell you it's too late for something. No, it is not. You have to keep on being persistent. You're going to have to keep on going, and you're going to have to keep on showing up and doing. I say the same things all the time on here because I want to make sure that it is teaching out to someone else, reaching out to someone else. I love the fact that this Audrey Lane wasn't like this at one point, and I love it now. Man, when I tell you, I love it now. Y'all should see my kitten on the floor, but it's funny. Yeah, let me say that about my kitten. So this kitten, which is like a younger cat now, um, was meowing and meowing and meowing in the alleyway. And my children was like, Mom, can we please get this cat? Now, mind you, I already had one. It's my older cat and everything. And he's like structured in a certain way. And this kitten literally was God sent because it actually brought life to my older cat in a way where he had a buddy, someone that he can kind of play around with. He kind of fathered, he helped God in and everything. And this kitten mom actually was going to, I guess, trying to get it or whatever, and end up getting hit. And we had tried to get this cat to the point that my daughter's friend actually ripped pants and messed up shoes and all that just to get him. And we got him on a Sunday, right? We got him with the purpose of, I talked to his mom, like, if you tell him to go get in the bag, I promise you, I'm going to take care of this kitten and I'm going to make sure this cat has a wonderful life. And I go, we wait. It took us 3 days to get home. But that Sunday, after I talked with her, he got in the bag. I scooped him up, brought him home. We washed him, took him to the vet, got him treated, shots, all of that stuff. And it was so purposeful because he actually served a purpose in bringing new life to the older cat that I had. So the whole thing of him actually coming into the house was really good because it helped our older cat gain wind and gain breath again and have something to do and brought life into him again because he was like on his way out, but this new life brought life into him. So this is what we have a new life in us that is really bringing a new thing to us, a new breath of air, a new being. I love the fact of I get on here, I share things out with you guys, and I don't have to worry about that. Did I, connect? I know it connects. And you know how I know it connect? Because I truly leave it where this is God's work. I let him speak through me. It's times where I may be struggling and I be like, God, I need you to come into me and breathe in me and help me. And he does that. I know I may bounce over and over, but one thing I love about it is I come on here and I be my true Audrey Lane self. I don't have to fit a mold or fit a certain standard or feel like I'm this I'm something I'm not. I cannot tell you how much things do not bother me now. That basically I'll be able to come on here in whatever time and see my growth. I I it's essential for me to make sure that I stay who I am. And the reason why I keep mentioning that is because it's taking me now to really get to know who Audrey Lane is, because I kind of, you know, stopped or I let things get in the way of that. But I don't go off of that. I don't want to live. First of all, I don't want to live in no form of blaming anyone for why I took a while to get to where I am. I thank God that I am here. I thank God that I am actually pushing through and moving and growing. Yeah. We don't need to live in any downfall. We don't need to live in any kind of regret. Because let me tell you what a downfall for others would say is not a downfall. It is, watch how God builds you up. Where people have counted you out, where you probably even think this won't happen for me. Don't speak life into your life. Do not speak any negative stuff to yourself or anyone else. How about we stay focused and we don't cut ourselves short of God's blessing for us? And stop thinking that it's always going to be this dynamic financial thing, and oh, it's going to be a house, a car, this and that. Trust me, God can do it. I know He can. He's shown proof that He can do that. I'm talking about your spiritual life, our spiritual life with Him. If we literally invest in that, watch what He does in our lives, because it's going to be where He can say, okay, this child is taking in everything I am trying to get this child to do, and they're literally going forth and doing it. And then that's when the other blessings come about. And it's even hard for me to really kind of say that, because the blessings that I'm focused on, I have faith in the material stuff. I do. But I'm asking God that I truly need my soul to be right, my spirits to be aligned with Him, that what He has for me, I am capable of making sure that I hold up my end of what I'm supposed to be doing for Him, because I don't want to. It's not that thing of, oh, gimme, oh, I got now. I don't need no more, God. This is enough for me, or not living up to what it is I need to do. I when I tell you, the material things to me don't matter, because I need my soul and my spirit to be right. I so am interested in, God, you have brought me this far in this little bit of time. I already know it's going to be dynamic when, you know, I get to be up there and He tells me, we go over everything in life. I really want to hear, well done. I want my soul to be so in line with Him that literally His scent comes up out of me. And I will say that I feel totally different, and I approach things different, and I must walk around with His light on me. I can truly feel that it's Him inside of me, because lately, with me discovering and talking with people, I have been, you know, having some great conversations with people, some wonderful alignments with people, because I align myself in God. I one, I don't cut myself short off of wanting to fit a mold for, oh, I don't offend people, but I don't stop talking about Jesus to help you feel comfortable with you. If you don't want to have a conversation, then it's so easy for you to say, okay, enough, and go on about your business. And I won't be hurt or anything over it. But when I talk, I clearly let people know, man, it is truly God in me. And I was having a conversation with a lady who, her and I just, this is the young lady from yesterday, and I believe the day before I may have talked about her. She came back in again today. For what? I don't know. Well, she had to pick up some more stuff today, but we seem to like have this, you would think it's like a 15-20 minute therapy session and workshop, because just as much as she may feel I'm touching her life and impacting her, I feel the same way for me. I don't cut myself short anymore, where it's like this woman really wants to have a conversation with me. Why? She don't want anything out of me. She doesn't want anything. She doesn't want no deals, no discounts, no any of that stuff from me. She literally holds a conversation to ask me how am I doing and give me information on the things that I'm trying to get accomplished when it comes to finances and comes to taking more classes and workshops, and trying to actually shift on you know how do I guess, yeah, get my finances in a different, you know, bracket of income. And she has truly been helping me. I'm not going to cut myself short on, oh, well, because I didn't finish school. No, that's not going to go in my head. Nope. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to take advantage of what is happening now with me opening up my mouth and asking God to do this. And He's been showing up and putting these people in my life. Stop cutting yourself short. You had so much. I promise you, when you start including God into your life, and how about this? I know I need to get better with my conversation with him and in our relationship with one another. That if he does this stuff with the half an hour to 45 minutes, I can sit still with him. Some days 15-20 minutes, and then throughout the day. If he can show up like this when I'm giving him, let's put it like this, I'm giving him a slice of bread. Could you imagine what he'll do when I give him the bakery? We got to give God more of us. More of us. I know that for myself. I definitely have to give him more of me, because he has already shown up just in this little bit of time. When I started the, my dad's birthday. So May 24th. And when I tell you, it hasn't even been 30 days and things just been coming afloat. Do it. Align yourself with him. Open up the word. Every church, I want to say, definitely we know have Sunday service. But get yourself the Bible study. Connect with somebody who you know has a personal relationship with God. Ask them for help if you need be. Get out of your own head. in your own way. Excuse me. We we got this. We it's more in us than we even know. Stop cutting yourself off and cutting yourself short, thinking you can't accomplish something. It's never too late. It is never too late. And how about you start now? I translated this in several ways for me because for a while I used to be like, oh, one, if you guys can't tell, I kind of have a list. Um, a list, yeah. Um, and I'm like, God, how am I getting on here every night and not caring about it, but and not caring about it to the point that it's like, God, I know this has to be you because I would not have done this before. I mean, we all know YouTube reaches millions, and yet I wouldn't even do this in a conversation with one person, let alone a conversation with you guys. This is nobody but God. Removing any doubts, any insecurities, or anything out of my head, and just letting God come forth. It's amazing. When I tell you guys, you will change literally overnight. And don't get focused on, oh, it's going to be literally an overnight thing. It you guys know what I mean. You will start seeing the shift when I tell you about the light of God being on you and being in you. It's so real and so true. It doesn't go dull. It doesn't have to be, you know, change. It doesn't expire. Man, I love the fact that I am seeing different sides of me. That one, okay, when I was in high school, I kind of had a similar attitude of this. However, I would say I didn't push myself like how I push myself now. Then I would push myself, but I I would also be like, it takes to you know it takes a lot to get this done. Now I don't care on how much work it actually has to take because I want to say at the end of the day that I did the work for God to say I can trust you, and now I can go forth in this blessing area for you so that this way I can get you prepared for the next blessing of where I'm taking you. So you're going to do the work in this, and y'all see how my hands is moving because soon as you do one thing, God flips and do something else and more for you and increase it all the time. Stop cutting yourself short of not wanting to fit in with friends. So what, your circle is going to get smaller and change. So what, people are going to be saying, oh, you changed, and you think you better. It's not about thinking we're better. It's about doing better. It's about living a better life. It's about going out there and making sure that you are productive because at some point they are going to see the light that God puts on you and in you, and they'll come to it themselves. They'll come to it themselves. They're going to come to God and say, you know what, God, I see how this changed blank, 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 and you changed blank, 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 that I want this for myself. Now help me. And then that's where you can go back and be of assistance to say, and how about this? Don't judge. Don't go back off of judging anything. You don't. You want to have the right kind of mindset so that, one, we are bringing souls to God. And how about this? I'm finding out for me, I'm working in a uncomfortable position of doing it with people who before I would have cut off. I would have like not even bothered with them. I find it really good for me and really purposeful for me to work with people who I feel maybe or not, yeah, I didn't say it, so maybe I feel may be difficult. And it's a challenge for me because I want to make sure that it doesn't have anything to do with me. But why not work with a challenge? Why not work with a hardship situation? Why not work within that so that at the end of the day, it's uh, getting a purpose of where God needs it to be? Stop cutting yourself short and not want to work in uncomfortable positions and work with uncomfortable people, because the minute we do that, God is like, you can't even work in this situation, but yet you're asking me to elevate you up here. And I can elevate you up here, but I want to make sure that you can handle all situations. And how he know you can handle it is because he's going to grow you to shift your mind on each one and get you ready for it. Cutting ourselves short. What? It doesn't get us anywhere. Repetition, consistency is how we learn. I also interpret this is who decides whether people speak or do not speak, hear or do not hear, see or do not see? It is not I, the Lord. No, is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will be with you as you speak. So if God is with us in every situation, why do we feel like we cut ourselves short or say we can't do something? If he is with us, and we all know if he is with us, then who can be against us? He fights the battles for us. I think the main battle that we struggle with a lot is the battle of self. The battle of self will destroy us if we stay in that mindset, if we do not get our heads together and remove where we could say, God, I don't want it to be me. I want it to be your will, your way, your purpose for my life. You better know who you are. Man, I thank you guys so much for coming on. I I love my journal life. I love just getting on here and just being Audrey Lane. I love that it releases a lot up off of me and out of me. I love that when I can see a situation or see that like this is hard, Lord Jesus, that I can call on him and talk with him and he answers me. It may not be right away, but he does. Do you know that you cannot sell yourself short? That you cannot sell yourself short. Hmm. I also put down here too where it says, but Moses again pleaded, Lord, please send anyone else. I put, please mold my mouth, mold my speak, my tongue. And that's not about where you're speaking out bad things. It's where it's like he's molding every word that comes up out of your mouth, up out of your soul, your heart. It's coming because if you're asking God to come into your life and He do the talking for you, it happens. I have to say, my whole conversation with God and my whole conversation on here has changed. It changes day to day. It grows day to day for me. I notice that I get this pit thing in my stomach where it's like, oh my goodness, God, I have so much more in me that wants to come out. I'm not gonna cut myself short on it when I tell you I wish I could go longer in it because it's like this fire comes up and I'm like, God, this has to be you, because your girl wouldn't talk like this before. Now I'm like going out and speaking life into myself, speaking life into you guys, but speaking life into myself of you can do more. If you can, I already say that I'm getting myself talking now on YouTube and everything because I'm getting myself ready for the board meetings. I'm getting myself ready for the television shows to go out there to motivate people in a way of being productive with their lives and their children and their homes and their finances and their education and their grooming and not grooming where you think it's about like cleaning, cooking, or like hair and everything, but they're grooming of their lives. Jesus, I'm not gonna sell myself short. We gotta not sell ourselves short. If you want to do something in life, you write it down and you go and seek it and be persistent in it. Do some research and do studying on how do you do this. So if you want to be a chef, go out there and get the books and do all the research on how you can apply for aid so you can go to school to be a chef. If you want to go out there and you want to go for nursing, do the same exact thing. How can I sign up to get myself back into school and start taking courses, and where do I start at? Do it. Don't cut yourself short. God is going to be with you. He says it in His Word. This is just one scripture. Do y'all know how many books is in the Bible? How many books we can go off of? It's 66. And how about this? Anything we go through in life, every situation that may come up, great, bad, good, anything, it's in here. It's in here. Stop selling yourself short. We got this. We gonna do this. I mean, we gotta. I cannot. I want to put this class and everything together. Like I'm saying, I want to get my speech and everything going and growing because I want it to be when we sit down in this class, in this network workshop, where we all connecting with one another to learn from one another and embrace one another and celebrate one another. That it can be like, oh my goodness, I seen you from the very beginning of when you post, the my first YouTube thing was just be Audrey Lane, and that's how I was like, I'm gonna be who I am, myself, to wherever at that point where God is like, okay, it's time for you to do this workshop. You got it together, and come on, let's meet and let's greet and let's go forth to start captivating and bringing souls into my kingdom. I want us to know that we have to be consistent. We have to be persistent, and we can do what all things. I I am so like, man, this whole time of me sitting with him and being with him, I I love the growth. I love what he is doing. I love that it's going to be a shift, a change, a movement of what he needs me to be doing. Man. And I love it more so because the purpose of it is for, I said, you were in you all this time. You were there. And I needed you to see it. I needed you to see that there was more to you, Audrey Lane. There's more to you, girl. I have it in you. And now you're bringing it up and out. I'm going to change your speech. I'm going to change it. God just needed me to see that. He needed me to be like, okay, I need you to know your worth. I need you to know that I know what's in you. I put it in you. And now you done dust it all off. And you're coming out more and more. That's what he's been telling me about, cleaning my house, cleaning myself up, cleaning myself and getting myself together. I don't want to stay dirty and molded in all kinds of craziness. Mm. I thank you guys so much for coming on here. We are not going to cut ourselves short. We are going to go and grow and do some wonderful, amazing things. Make sure you guys are writing in your books, in your journals, writing and putting your post-its or your 3x5 cards up around the house with your inspirational things of what you're doing and how you're growing and making sure you are giving God the glory in everything you do and making sure you are saying thank you, God. Every day, I make sure I say thank you, God. When my feet hit the floor, I thank him. When my feet hit the floor at night to go to sleep, I thank him. Man, ooh, a sign. I'm claiming it as that. God, I thank you. I want to have where it is, where I fully know God is speaking to me, and our relationship is getting sharper and sharper every day with it. I don't get on here and be like, oh, people may not watch the YouTube channel because it's all I do is talk about God. I'm going to talk about my best friend, my courtship man, my lover, my friend, my inspiration, my teacher, my God. Jesus, I love him. Not everything is for everyone. And you have to be okay for that and with that. But don't cut yourself short of where God is taking you. So if all you do is you talk about God and talk about how he saved and transformed your life, hey, don't feel upset about it or don't let it get to you. Because keep in mind, our sole purpose in life of why we are here is to bring souls to God. It's not about a popularity contest or anything. And I'm speaking to myself all the time about that. I I I gotta get better. I know that there will come a time where I will be able to, make sure I connect with comments and everything like that. But I don't get back on after I put a video or anything out, because literally it's just a journal for me. It's me speaking up and speaking out, and I know that God is going to have it connect with the one who's going to connect with another one who's going to connect with another one. That's the purpose of him and how he goes about it. I just get on here and I speak Audrey Lane. I come out and I just say, God, you speak through me and you connect with the souls and you get them. I thank you guys for coming on. I thank you guys for subscribing to Just Me, Audrey Lane. We're not going to cut ourselves short. We going to push through. We going to keep on going. We going to move and keep on being persistent in what God needs us to do. You already know. I love you guys. I love myself. Oh, Jesus, I thank you. I have so much love for myself. I have so much love for myself. I don't need anyone else to give it to me. I don't have to feel like, you know, is it bad for me to say I love myself too much? Is that being selfish? No, it's not. Because it starts with us loving ourselves so that we can make sure we love ourselves and we're going to love others. Don't sell yourself short, because before you know it, you'll be focused too much on loving someone else that you will be eating up and burning and twisting and all crazy inside, because you're putting all your effort into loving someone else. Who are you? Why do you do what you do? If you're not loving God and you loving yourself, how are you going to love someone else? Now, we definitely do need to love on others, but it starts with us loving ourselves first. You guys make sure you subscribe to Audrey Lane. Just read Audrey Lane. You guys have a good evening. What time is it anyway? Oh, 11. Yeah, 11:04 on June 24, 2021. And mark the date. X marks the spot of where you're discovering who you are and how you are going to go about removing yourself and asking God to come in and transform your lives, and watch how he do it. Watch how he shifts your speech, your movements, your talk, your your body language, which is all the same. But watch how he grows you. I will be talking with you guys tomorrow. I am going to try my best to get on earlier because whew, We have the youth explosion for my church tomorrow, and I know it's going to be dynamic. I'm looking forward to seeing one of our ministers' son, because I think I've mentioned him before. He get up there and he prays days and he gets to moving and everything. And yesterday, out of nowhere, he just comes up and he gives me like this big belly hug. And I was like, it stopped me in my tracks because I was actually going to talk to someone else. And he was talking with friends and he just turned real fast, gave me this big old belly hug. And I'm like hugging on him back, looking down at him. And then he goes back to talking and I go over there to talk. The youth, we can learn a lot from the youth. We can learn how to truly love from youth because kids, man, they are amazing. They are amazing teachers. Don't feel that. I know for me, I tell myself this: one, as adults, never had that model of, oh, a child going to respect me. They go and respect me. Kids will respect you, especially when you are respecting yourself and you respect them, because it goes both ways. You stop feeling because a child is a child that they don't get respect. The best way to teach it is to start with showing them. And you show them by giving it to them. And then they are going to go out and give it to others. And this little boy, he just inspires me. Him and his sister, they're like the sweetest little cupcakes ever. Not most, all of the children at my church, and I'm not just saying it, they are so wonderful. I like working with the youth, and I'm not. I just like going out and spoiling them. I do. I like taking them to buy junk and all that stuff, and that's a bad thing because literally I get them all the junk and then give them back to parents who didn't have to deal with the hype and the sugarness and all of that stuff. So maybe I need to change it around and get some stuff. I haven't done that in a while because of COVID, but I'm going to. I love working with the youth. They have no clue how much they inspire me. They resilient. And you want to know something? Children don't cut themselves short either. That's something that just clicked to me. They don't. They live with no fear. They go out and do. They are only taught to fear. They're taught to put fear in. I've never seen a baby walking saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna go and touch and do and move." They do. They just go and do. We can learn a lot from children when it comes to not having fear and just going on and moving and growing, because we all know children grow. They gotta grow. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Childlike growth. It's a good thing. It comes in different ways, but yeah, it's a good thing. hmm You guys enjoy your evening. What's left of it? I'll be back on tomorrow to just sit and talk with you guys and get things up and out. It's going to be an explosive weekend for the youth. I cannot wait to just participate with them and celebrate them. You know, it's going to be dynamic because these kids are so funny and amazing and loving. So, have a great night's sleep. I will be back on with you guys tomorrow. Again. Subscribe to Just Be Audrey Lane. The It's down there somewhere. Hit the bell to see when a video is being posted. Let's go on the movement of the Just Be and who you are. We're going to just take over with that, because I really truly believe if we live in our ownness, watch how powerful we are. Watch how amazing we are. More than what we even know. So I love you guys. I love myself. And more importantly, you know I love God. You guys have a great one. And I'll be back on Friday to share the love with you guys. Have a good one. Bye now.